Thank you, Ron. That's wonderful, as always, wonderful music. Good morning. My name is Rusty Johnson, or I should always wait for the greeting. My apologies. I always do so when I'm also in the public, so my apologies. Good morning again. My name is Rusty Johnson, so you can actually hear that part, right? And my pronouns are he and him. On behalf of this congregation, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Huntsville. We acknowledge that we are on the traditional territories of Native peoples. Whether you have joined us online or you are here in our sanctuary, we are so glad to have you with us in this sacred time we choose to be together. We are an open community of learning, caring, and justice making. You are welcome here, every part of you, just the way you are. Our congregation is served by our wonderful minister, the Reverend Jaimie Dingus. She is available by contacting the Office for Pastoral Care and to answer questions about Unitarian Universalism. Now, if you're a newcomer here, please sign our guest book in the foyer to receive our weekly newsletter. I paused there because I pointed out last week that some folks have not critiqued or criticized me for saying foyer. That is so pretentious, and so I say foyer. But then someone last week came up afterwards, and a couple of people actually said that I guess the term for it is actually narthex. Yeah, which is Greek, right, for, actually it's Greek for scourge. It's not, and so I looked up the term, and apparently they called it the narthex in all of these early, it's in certain churches still, because that's where penitents, those who committed deadly sins, and also catechumens who had not been baptized, had to stay in the narthex before and receive their blessings and such before they can come into the main vestibule. So we're not using narthex here, narthex, because we're not that type of congregation, of course. Right. So more pretentiousness, I'm sure, but to get into explaining. But all right. So with that being the case, please take a moment to silence your electronic devices. If you have a joy, sorrow, or important milestone that you would like shared during our circle of candles and included in the pastoral prayer, please write it on the white cards in the pew in front of you and place it in the offering basket. Now, for community news, check our email newsletter, our website, and the paper insert in your order of service. And this week, we have a special announcement from Zena.
Hi, everyone. Zena Tucker from your stewardship team, and I'm here with gratitude and celebration to say that there have been 88 households who have pledged to support us next year. Our total is over $288,000. Thank you all so much. Thank you, and to show our appreciation, our stewardship team invites everyone here to please come have some ice cream. We have some vegan options as well, and join the celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, Zena. Excellent. After our service, as Zena just stated, of course, everyone is welcome to join us in the fellowship hall for coffee and snacks and ice cream and celebration. Now, at this time, I would like to invite Lewis to ring the singing bowl to help us enter into the service more deeply. Finally, having gathered in a shared quest for truth, meaning, and purpose, let us light our chalice with these words adapted from Amy Zucker Morgenstern and Jennifer McLaughlin. Within the heart of the flower, the fountain of beauty. Within the heart of the community, a fire that warms and dances. Within the heart of each of us, a spark of the spirit of life. We light this chalice to bring a glimmer of such warmth into our space. And now let us enter into this service more deeply, with music for centering, followed by our thread song, hymn number 378, Let Those Who Live in Every Land.
Good morning, friends. Welcome in. My name is Reverend Jaimie Dingus. My pronouns are she and her, and I serve you as the minister here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Huntsville. Welcome. Thank you each for being here this morning. Let's settle in with these centering words from Thomas Rhodes. We come in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes. Some of us grow in bunches, some of us grow alone, some of us are cupped inward, and some of us spread ourselves out wide. Some of us are old and dried and tougher than we appear. Some of us are still in bud. Some of us grow low to the ground, and some of us stretch up toward the sky. Some of us feel like weeds sometimes, and some of us carry seeds sometimes. Some of us are prickly sometimes. Some of us smell. And all of us are beautiful. What a bouquet of people we are. Thank you for making our community more beautiful this day and each day. Come, let us worship together. And now I invite you to rise in body or in spirit to sing our opening hymn. It's number 177 in your gray hymnal, Sakura. And this traditional Japanese folk song is a celebration of the beauty of spring cherry blossom flowers. And in an effort not to disrespect the language by aggressively mispronouncing it, we're going to sing the English verses. Let's rise and sing number 177. Each week following that first hymn, we remain risen in body and spirit, and we sing our doxology, which is on that blue laminated sheet, and we speak together our words of aspiration. And when we get to that part, our practice here is we turn and face one another so we can say those words as words of promise to one another. Let's sing our doxology. May love be the spirit of this church. May the quest for truth be its sacrament, and service be its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, and to help one another in fellowship. This is our aspiration. You may be seated. All right, now I have two requests. Can I get any of the children and youth who are here today to come forward but hang out on this side of the stage? See where I'm pointing? Great. And then I'd like to invite forward the Rios family for our baby dedication. Yeah, perfect. If y'all just hang out right there. Little ones will have a role for you in a minute. Beautiful. In this, we gather to mark life's milestones. And today, we pause to dedicate our newest child. Child dedications are our Unitarian Universalist welcoming ritual. Like a baptism in the Christian tradition, they are a moment for families to present their child to their community. Child dedication is a moment for our community to pledge ourselves to love and care and support this child and their parents. It's a moment to tell the world this child's name, welcoming who they are now and all that they will become. And it's a moment to celebrate that in our community, we all take part in the nurturing of children. This is a deep responsibility. Yes, child dedications are a holy moment. And here at UUCH, there's something extra special that takes place now. When a child is dedicated here in a community that is ever changing, ever evolving, ever growing, and this child is welcomed to a circle of love that continually stretches forward to new people yet to arrive, and backward in time through history of all the ancestors a part of this community. It is a privilege to welcome you in today. So, the Rios family have chosen to dedicate their baby here today, and they've come forward to do so. Melissa and Ivan, in seeking the dedication of your child, you are also offering the dedication of yourselves to the nurturing of this child, their body, mind, and spirit. As you know, your task is not an easy one. There are times when you are called upon to make sacrifices for the sake of what is best for this one. It takes courageous faith, deep commitment, and unconditional love to do this. This ceremony is a symbol of your resolution to do all that will be required of you as parents. So I ask you, in the presence of this religious community, do you promise to do your best each day to nurture this child, to comfort them in hard times and help them learn to be brave, to teach them kindness and compassion, and to always love them and put them first? If you so promise, please say, "We do." Awesome. Parents, what name have you given to this child? Noah. Noah Rios. All right, Noah, this is your part. Today, I welcome you, and I have a little present for you. I'm going to give you this rose in a minute, and you can tear it up, and that's totally fine, but I have some things we're going to do with it first. This rose is a symbol of unfolding beauty that expresses our hope that you will grow and unfold into the unique person that you are called to be. I'm going to dip our rose in our community waters. This is water from our water communion ritual that happens in the fall. Water, communion water that represents our past and our future. All right, and I'm going to touch your feet. Noah, may your feet keep you grounded, and may you travel lightly upon this earth. I'm going to touch your hands. Boop, boop. May your hands create beauty. I'm going to touch your forehead. Oh. May your mind stay open. And we're going to touch your heart real quick. May your heart know love. Congratulations, Noah. We are so delighted to welcome you today. I know, that's yours. You get to play with that. And this certificate of your dedication is for Mom and Dad to take home for you. And before you sit down, we have some promises from the rest of the children and youth who are part of our community. Kristen, will you lead that part with us? And then we have some promises from the whole congregation.
So again, my name is Kristen. I'm the DRE here at UUCH. And today, we officially welcome this child to our community. Here at our church, this child will look up to all of you who are older than he is as an example, and this is very, very important. So, I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to think carefully, and then answer yes if you agree. Will you be a friend to Noah when they are in your Sunday school class or your youth group when they get older? Yes. Will you speak to them with kindness and love and treat them fairly? Yes. Then I'm sure that they will grow up and be your friend and will treat you with respect and kindness too. May you remember this day and the promises you made to grow up together in this congregation.
Thank you, friends. And now we all have a part to play. I'd invite everyone else in the congregation to rise as you are able to join in the final act of dedication. Those words are printed on the insert in your order of service. Just give me 1 sec. Little one, we welcome you as you are, squirming and joy-filled today, treasured and loved. We welcome you as the curious older child you will become, as the confident teenager who will inspire us and teach us, as the adult who will lead and live and love and grow, as the elder who will share their experiences back with us. You did it just right. You're doing a great job, Noah. We welcome you into this community, giving ourselves to you and sharing the highest values that we know. This is now your congregation, a place for you, for your faith, for your doubts, for your accomplishments and your failures. Never be afraid to be yourself here. We give you our world, such that it is, and pray that you will help make it a better place for all of us. Friends, let's read our words of dedication together. Now and forever, UUCH pledge to each you and your family our love and support. We pledge a listening ear and a helping hand in times of trial. We pledge you a community of open minds and hearts, a place where beliefs, doubts, and questions are received with gentleness and respect. We pledge you challenge, skepticism of the too easy answer, and encouragement to never stop growing, learning. We pledge you change with you and a spiritual home that you may always return to. With these words, we dedicate ourselves to you. Blessed be and amen. Rios family, you may return to your seats. Thank you, Noah, for being so patient and interactive. And now we will sing the rest of our children off to their classes. Thank you. Leave it, you're good.
UUCH's mission is that our ministries will foster lifelong spiritual seeking and growth, strengthen our community, support social justice action, welcome diversity, and let people know we are here. If you would like to support us with a monetary contribution, we would be grateful. Your generosity helps us to keep the utilities on, maintain our building and grounds, run our various ministries, pay our staff a fair wage, and support organizations that share our UU values. You can donate online using the QR code on your order of service, or you can put cash or check in the offering baskets. Completed Circle of Candles cards should also be placed in the offering baskets. You're invited to come forward during this time and quietly drop a stone into the bowl of water here next to the ramp in honor or memory of what you hold in your heart. It is through your generosity that we serve our mission here at UUCH. With gratitude, we now receive the offering.
Friends, will you join me now for a moment of meditation, reflection, and prayer? Spirit of love, bending our universe ever toward justice, be with us in this time where we pray together, reflect together, and share with one another what is on our hearts this day. This morning, our friend Taylor DeLacy shares with us a joy that Taylor is graduating high school on Thursday. Yay, Taylor, and has made invitations with information about the graduation and how to celebrate with them, and they're out on the fellowship hall tables. So let's all go out and celebrate Taylor this week. A great joy to honor that milestone in your life. And we hold in our hearts joys unshared, sorrows unshared, places in the world, people who need our prayers and love. We think of all those experiencing conflict and war, all those experiencing hunger and disease. We hold them in this time of sorrow. We think of all those experiencing joy in this graduation season, in this season of beauty and flowers and joy, and all that lives in between. We hold that too in our hearts. Let us take a few breaths in honor of what has been shared and what is sitting with us in our spirits. Let us remember it is this time shared in community that helps us hold all that is important in our lives. Let us be grateful for this time. For all of our lives, we say, blessed be and amen. And we sing in response, Meditation on Breathing. That's number 1009 in that blue hymnal in front of you if you'd like to sing along. Beloveds, once again we gather amongst the blooms and blossoms of the day to celebrate our Flower Communion. Flower Communion is one of two explicitly Unitarian Universalist holidays we celebrate each year. It comes to us from the beautiful mountains and valleys of former Czechoslovakia. There, a Unitarian minister, Reverend Norbert Capek, gathered flowers together, different ones from the fields, and blessed them. And he taught us that in community we are as beautiful and varied as the flowers themselves, each of us unique, each lending a particular brilliance to the bouquet of life. He taught that what one person brings to the world is sacred and special, different than all the rest. He taught us to take time to witness this colorful teaching, because each of us has something important to share. And so the flowers themselves become our teachers, reminding us to claim our authenticity, to be ourselves, to be bright and bold or cool and subtle or somewhere in between. We learn from these flowers each year, remembering the sacredness that each petal and bloom brings us. Today I have for you another lesson from flowers, told in this story by author Geraldine Edwards. The author had been urged over and over again by her daughter Carolyn to make time to go and see a field of daffodils, and finally she went along to see them. These are her words. As we turned a corner, I looked up and gasped. Before me lay the most glorious sight. It looked as though someone had taken a great vat of gold and poured it over the mountain peak and its surrounding slopes. The flowers were planted everywhere, in majestic, swirling patterns, great ribbons and swaths of deep orange, creamy white, lemon yellow, salmon pink, and saffron. Each different color variety was planted in a large group so that it swirled and flowed like its own river, with its own unique hue. There were 5 acres of flowers. Who did this? I asked my daughter, Carolyn. Just one woman, Carolyn answered. She lives on the property, just up there, that's her home. And so Carolyn pointed to a well-kept A-frame house, small and modest, sitting in the midst of all that glory. We walked up to the house, and on the patio we saw a poster. Answers to the questions I know you are asking, was the headline. The first answer was a simple one: 50,000 bulbs. The second answer was one at a time, by one woman, 2 hands, 2 feet, 1 brain. The third one began in 1958. Carolyn reflects that for me, Geraldine, Carolyn's mom reflects that for me that moment was a life-changing experience. I thought of this woman who I'd never met, who more than 40 years before had begun one bulb at a time to bring her vision of beauty and joy to an obscure mountaintop. Planting one bulb at a time, year after year, this woman had forever changed a small part of the world in which she lived. She had created something of extraordinary magnificence, beauty, and inspiration. The principle that her daffodil garden taught is one of the greatest principles of celebration. That is learning to move toward our goals and desires one step at a time. When we multiply tiny pieces of time with small elements of daily effort, we too will find that we can accomplish magnificent things. We can change the world, as the story continues. It makes me sad in a way, I admitted to Carolyn. What might I have accomplished if I had thought of a wonderful goal like this 35 or 40 years ago and had worked away at it one bulb at a time throughout all those years? Just think of what I might have been able to achieve. My daughter summed up the message of the day in her usual direct way. Start tomorrow, she said. Beloveds, when we look at the beauty before us, the beauty around us, these gorgeous flowers with their unique features, it's easy to celebrate our diversity and our joyful present. But today, let's take it a step further. These flowers are not only a reminder of our current beauty, but also our constant potential. Each of us has something of value to offer this world. Some of you have brilliant minds that think and solve and invent and puzzle. Some of you have gentle hands that heal and comfort. Some of you have loud voices that insist on being heard. Some of you have long-lasting patience that lets you stay at the table for the long haul. Some of you have joy-filled spirits that remind us all to play and rest and dance. I could go on. Each of you has something important to offer the world. It may be your work, your art, your love, your time. It may be planting the bulbs and seeds of something greater that we may not even fully see in our lifetime. We honor the diversity, the uniqueness of each flower, each bud, each living, breathing person in our community. We honor who they are now and what they can offer the world. And we remember how it goes. The beautiful things in this life are not built or grown overnight. They are the work of individuals with 2 hands and 2 feet and 1 brain. The goodness that you can and will do for this world is yours to claim. And it's okay if you haven't figured it out yet. It's okay if you've taken a too long break. It's okay if it scares you. It's okay if you need a helping hand. Whatever is yours to do, find it. And start tomorrow or start now. Start with a friend. Together, we will make beauty bloom all across this world. Let this be our prayer. And now we will bless our flowers and begin our flower communion. These words are from my colleague, Reverend A.B. Morgenstern, and it's a call and response type blessing, so your part goes like this. May our lives bloom like the flowers. Try that with me. May our lives bloom like the flowers. Great, perfect. Each of us is a flower with a delicate beauty, uniquely our own. We may be like sunflowers, turning always toward the light. May our lives bloom like the flowers. We may be like night-blooming Sirius, only displaying our fragrant petals when it's dark and we think no one can see. May our lives bloom like the flowers. We may be greenhouse flowers, far from our native lands, cautiously tended within a harsh and unfamiliar climate. May our lives bloom like the flowers. We may be gray-headed like dandelions, eager to launch the new generation with the first strong gust of wind, past our own bright youth, but ready to pass our wisdom on in precious, gossamer-carried seeds. May our lives bloom like the flowers. Some of us sometimes spring up overnight and fade in the hot glare. May our lives bloom like the flowers. Some of us sometimes are roses, slowly assembling petal after petal, revealing our full glory only when everything is in place. May our lives bloom like the flowers. Sometimes we are roadside weeds, loveliness bursting improbably from the dust and debris. May our lives bloom like the flowers. Friends, may we offer our beauty with the simplicity of flowers, expecting no recognition, hoping for nothing, giving out of what we are, and knowing it is enough. May our lives bloom like the flowers. Having blessed these flowers and named them as a reflection of the beauty in our gathered community, I invite each person to come forward and take a flower, specifically not the one you brought here this morning, if you brought one. And when you come forward, I hope this reminds you that what you receive and what you give to this beloved community is held in great esteem. Be aware that there is good in this world that only you can do, and it is yours to claim it. Once you arrive at our flower communion altar, take your time, pick the flower that represents you best. And if you prefer to remain in your seat, raise your hand and I'll pick a flower that I think represents you and bring it to you. That's how we'll do it today. You'll come up this center aisle and then circle back around that way. Let us begin our flower communion. Please come forward. will you raise your flower? Take a look around. Doesn't that look amazing? Let each of these brilliant blooms remind us that each of us has something special to offer the world, and it is in our gorgeous diversity that we are made strong. Blessings to this flower, blessings to each of you, and blessings to our flower communion. You may lower your flowers and enjoy their beauty and bring them home with you. Mindful that each of us in our shining uniqueness is bound together in a network of mutuality, we sing our closing hymn today. It's number 1052 in your teal blue hymnal, The Oneness of Everything. Please rise in body or spirit to sing with me, number 1052.
Let us now take a moment to extinguish our chalice with these words adapted from Howard Thurman. People who seek community within their own spirit, who search for it in their experiences with the external world, will perceive the harmony that transcends all diversities and in which diversity finds its richness and significance. Such seekers will contribute to a beloved community, a place where the precious ingredient in each individual, unique unto itself, will be so honored that the seekers will enrich the common life, even as they create their own light in which to stand.
Thank you, friends. Our worship service now comes to a close. I will be at the back of the sanctuary to greet you, and you are invited to stick around after the service for coffee, ice cream, and conversation to celebrate our wildly successful annual budget drive. Let's leave this sacred time with these parting words. May the flower you have chosen remind you of the blessings you receive from those gathered here. May it remind you of the beauty of the earth, the natural world, and all the gifts that our human, animal, and plant companions share with us. May it remind you of the artwork we created here together, the art we create here together week after week, the art of creating community. Go in peace, go in love, spread beauty everywhere. Blessed be, and let's go out singing our rite of community, Be Thou With Us. Amen. Blessed be, and go in peace.